All right. Well, congratulations on your award.
Yeah.
And what does it mean for you?
Oh, it's such an honor because I consider myself kind of an OG in health and wellness. I've been doing this almost 30 years. So to be recognized and acknowledged for my work in health and wellness is just to have a call out means everything.
Why health and wellness compared to everything else in the world to solve?
Yeah, that's all I know because ever since I was very young, where other people were reading things like Cosmo or bridal magazines, I was reading Diabetes Journal. So whenever I go to a library or a bookstore or anything like that, I'd always head to health and wellness since I was 7 years old. So it was genetically anchored in me somehow. So there was never anything but health and wellness for me.
And why is it so important?
Because I feel like the biggest asset we have is our health, and most people spend at least half of their life trying to accumulate wealth, and the other half they spend their wealth on getting their health back. So why not just learn about it and start really focusing on longevity from the beginning?
And what is your proudest moment? You've obviously done a lot over the last few decades. What's your proudest moment?
I think my proudest moment has been when I look over at all the testimonials that I get from drkellyanne.com, when I look at all the testimonials that pour in and they say, this changed my life. Because really, having a person come in and having the ability to help them see their own transformation or find their own transformation is really just the most satisfying thing that you can have.
What a beautiful service, right? Because we can't give what we haven't got. So you've got to be full within ourselves again. I'm going to put you on the spot. What's your top tip that you'd give for people for having a more radiant, vibrant, and healthy life?
Well, I can't help myself but to say this, but to have something that heals the gut, have something that stabilizes the blood sugar, have something that gets that inflammation down in your body, hitting those three prongs, then everything that we suffer from, autoimmune problems, we have bloating, we have achy joints, we're fatigued all the time, we feel like we're a hormonal mess, our waists are thicker, our hair is thinner, and I can go on and on and on. Bone broth has been a tool that has been so helpful for hundreds and thousands of people in doing just those things. So having a nutritive broth, having 2 cups every day would be my prescription, or using it with intermittent fasting is a game changer.
It's clearly working. Look at the vibrancy. And what's next for you?
So I just launched a product with Drew Barrymore. It's called Dr. Kelly Ann and Me, Peri plus Menopause. So I am now addressing the second biggest problem that I saw. So in practice, the first thing that I saw, and I knew I was in the solutions business and I defined an answer, was no matter what women did when they were 35, even 40 and over, being slimmer, feeling younger, being healthier, and having energy was definitely compromised, and they couldn't find an answer. That's when I came up with the bone broth system. Now what I see is women suffering so badly from perimenopause and menopausal symptoms, and they need answers. So I developed an unbelievable cascade of ingredients, hero ingredients that are making such a big difference in the lives of so many already. And so that's my next thing, and that's what I'm really proud of.
Oh, I can't wait, because I have a vested interest. I'm in my 50s, but my life has just started. So let's get these.
Feel good. That's exactly why you want to feel good.
Totally. And what would be your 3 wishes for the world?
My 3 wishes for the world is that everyone experiences deep health, everyone finds a sense of peace within themselves, and everybody learns the value of knowing themselves and having the strength and the bravery to be themselves.
Ultimately, all paths lead to self-love, right? So you'll never get around it. And you flew all the way from New York to be at the Houses of Parliament on International Women's Day with this sea of vibrant red women. Why?
Well, first of all, the Global Women Club has given so much love to so many people that I wanted to be here, to be in a room with women who elevate everything and everyone around them. I knew being in that vibration was going to be something significant. And what better way to celebrate International Women's Day than to be around a bunch of women who are moving the needle in the world. We always talk about let's make the world a better place. But these women really are doing it. They're changing the world. I mean, that phrase has become such a commonplace, but these women truly are changing the world. So cheers to them.
And women are supporting women, which frankly, with my sort of background, it's a rarity. Are you observing that?
Is it are you kidding? You know, you hear about medical school, other people steal their books so they don't do as well on the exam. I mean, that's just kind of a metaphor for what really happens, particularly in business. When you elevate and you move up the ranks in business, there is a lot of, I call hurling the knives. And to really get that sense and sensibility with women that is not the way you get things done. How you get things done is collaboration. Every study proves it. And I don't know why we're not talking about it more. It's collaboration that gets the job done. Not being on your own island doesn't work.
They're saying since COVID, consciousness is raised by 20%, and people are getting a better understanding of this sense of oneness. So if you're happy, you're successful, I'm happy and I'm successful. If you're sad, I'm sad. Yes. Are you seeing that?
I've always seen that in practice. That's something that I've always noticed, but I think there's just more of a swell now. There's more of a swell because there's more time that people have spent independently thinking in solace, because everything happens when you're in that peaceful place. And so people had more of a chance to shut down and to start really thinking about what matters.
And I'm going to ask a personal question now, because we're setting up a love cult, or the love cult is formed. What role does love have in all of this, or what does love mean to you?
Love is everything. And there's a song, it's called Love is the Answer, Todd Rundgren. Okay, it really is the answer to everything. Because when we can be in two emotions, from every emotion, everything I've seen sitting across from women for 30 years, telling me their life story, they don't just tell me about their health, they tell me everything. The two emotions that I find in the human species that make the biggest difference is gratitude and love. If you can push yourself into gratitude and love, no matter what storm you're going through, we're all going to go through them. That's the human experience. Up, down, high, low, ebb and flow. You have to train your brain. This is a training to train yourself to go into love, to go into gratitude, and you find that there's always answers and that there's always solace.
Wow, I think we need to recruit you for the love cult. But what would be your top tip to experience that love and embody that love?
Yeah,
because you clearly are.
The top tip is that we tend to close, we have these different energy parts of our body, and we close them off. If we can somehow crack them open and just allow yourself to be open to energy. It's one of the reasons why people do things like yoga. It's called Yoga Chakasa. It's opening the body up to opportunity, to healing, to light, to frequency, because our cells need a certain frequency. They need that radiation, that frequency to flow in ebb and flow and to flow healthy. Because you want your body to flow like a river and not a swamp, because that's what really love is. Love is like being in that flow state. You have to be in that flow state. So that's the most important thing. So a simple tip, listen to music with binary beats. Listen to music that sets your body up for a high frequency, a high vibration. Listen to it first thing in the morning after you do your meditation. You will be surprised the changes that you see without even having to think about it.
And what's going on in New York?
I do a lot of different things in New York, but I have a company. It's called Dr. Kelly Ann, and I'm in about 5,000 retail stores. I do a lot online, so I do a lot of television. I do books. So my business is built around products and built around information. So we go out and we really try to educate the public as much as we can. And my whole thing is there's usually a natural way to solve almost everything.